Well, there were extraordinary scenes in Saudi Arabia where Russian and American diplomats on opposite sides for so many years held 4 hours of talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine. One of those at the table, the Russian foreign minister, is even under US sanctions for the part he's played in the war. The two countries agreed to press ahead with negotiations. The talks are part of a flurry of diplomacy focused on Ukraine this week. Crucially, as you heard, neither Ukraine nor Europe were invited to the talks with US and Russian officials, which took place in Riyadh this morning. Instead, the US envoy Keith Kellogg is being dispatched to meet Ukrainian officials separately in Kyiv. And while Russia and the US were talking, Ukraine's President Zelensky was in Turkey with President Erdogan. Yesterday, European leaders held an emergency summit in Paris to discuss Ukraine and European security, underlining the unease being felt about President Trump's plans to resolve the war. Our State Department correspondent Tom Bateman is travelling with the American delegation and has been covering the meeting in Riyadh.
Face to face in a Saudi royal palace, a picture that makes history. Here was the US, the biggest single backer of Ukraine, sitting down with its friend's enemy, Russia. Both sides were silent and stony-faced for the media, but Vladimir Putin's team clearly happy that President Trump had ended their isolation and the world was about to be shown it.
We were brought in for a short amount of time at the very start of the meeting. So the doors opened, the press brought in, and then we saw that extraordinary scene. The first time any such face-to-face meeting has taken place at that level in 3 years.
Amid the surging anxiety in Europe over these talks,